Hey, everybody. Thank you for tuning into the first episode of the Orange Talks. So, this is the very first episode, very first official episode. If you haven't, you should definitely go watch the introduction. It's just 5, maybe 6 minutes. It just tells you a little bit about me and, um, my interest in things like that. So, let's just get started into this. Today's episode is kind of being around comedians and the ones I like and the ones I think I should talk about today. Um, yeah, so that's what today's episode is going to be about, and my experience with watching them and their lives and things like that. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. I just have like a little list here. So how it's going to work is I have a list of comedians, right? And the first section is lesser known comedians and or people who aren't as famous as like Joe Rogan, for example, or Tom Segura. So those people are here in the first half of the episode, and then the second half of the episode is going to have more people like Joe Rogan and Tom Segura, people like that, and yeah. So that's how this is gonna all come together. Um, so we're gonna do the lesser known people first, and then we're gonna have the intermission, and then we're going to go into the um, more known, the more widely known and popular ones. All right, so let's get started on the first one. So the first one I have here is Jeff Acuri. Now, if you've never heard about Jeff Acuri, here's some facts about Jeff. For those of you who don't know who he is, so Jeff is a full-time comedian, and even though he's based in New York, he's soon to be on his new tour, the Full Beans Fall Tour, starting September 5th through the 7th in Lexington, Kentucky, and then will be ending on December 29th through the 31st in Oklahoma City. And Oklahoma City is the only Oklahoma based event that he's going to be doing. So just the 29th through the 31st is the only time he's going to be in Oklahoma, the state, at all. But more specifically, Oklahoma City. I'm not exactly sure where. I'm probably the Paycom Center. But yeah. A little bit more about Jeff. Jeff starred in a movie called Marcus Finds a Voice, which is based around a true story about an introverted college student that overcomes his fear of public speaking caused by multiple sclerosis. It was also starred by Emily Rose Bolage and Nicole Borowski. Am I saying that right? Nicole Borowski. I'm pretty sure I'm saying that right. And has a 9.8 out of 10 rating on the IMDb website. So the IMDb website. Dang, try saying that 10 times fast. Could not. Some more about Jeff. Jeff has 1.2 million followers on Instagram and posts clips of his show on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. He's also followed by Bert Kreischer, Michael Blus, I cannot pronounce his name. Michael Blostein, who I'm going to be talking about later in the episode. Ched Durana, am I saying that? Ched Durana, and Troy Bond, which we're also going to be talking about later in the episode. And many, many more people follow him. He's very funny, and you should definitely check him out. As of today, June 18th, 2024, Jeff is a single man who chooses or chooses to keep his relationships out as private. Either way, it's more than safe to say that he at least appears to be more than happy than most people in the comedic industry. So he seems to be a lot happier than like a lot of comedians. He's very he's very happy from what I can tell. and he's incredibly funny. So that's all the facts I have about Jeff. Um, so I'm gonna just talk about him in my personal opinion and why he is my all-time favorite comedian. So I started watching Jeff on Instagram on Reels, and I just I just like watching comedians. I just like to laugh, so I just got into it. And his crowd work, I watched like one of his reels, and I got hooked immediately because his crowd work was amazing. I don't know why he doesn't have a special yet, or why he hasn't been on a bigger tour. But man, he's just he's off the damn chain. He's insanely good, man. He's so funny. His jokes are fresh. He loves. I mean, he what is it? He's really good at dealing with hecklers, and man, he's got such a good vibe. Man, he just he's just he's super funny. He's an all around great comedian. I have nothing bad to say about Jeff or Mr. Curry, whatever. And he's quality. He's a quality dude, and he is great at what he does, and he deserves more than he has right now. He deserves to be world famous for what he's doing. That's my personal opinion about it, anyways. But yeah, I mean, he's really something. You guys should go check him out. He's got an Instagram. I think he's got a Facebook too, and he's got a whole website that you can just check him out on and read all about him and look up when he's coming to your city. And yeah, so he should. When's his tour again? His tour is starting. Let me see, September 5th through the 7th. So just make sure to watch out for that whenever September rolls around, and it's gonna last till the 29th. So towards the end of December and the start of September this year. Yeah, so make sure to check him out. And that's everything I have to say about Jeff. He's my favorite. Go check him out. And we're gonna move on to Andrew Schultz. Andrew Scholes. Yeah. Or is that Skulls? I'm not sure. I never know how to pronounce their last names, man. So here's a little bit about Andrew. Just as a refresher, in case you know him, you know about his work and everything like that. Andrew's full name is Andrew Cameron Scholes. He was born on October 30th, 1983. Today he's 40, and he's a father of one. His now spouse Emily Turner were wed on December 18th, 2021, and oh my God, what is that word? Montecito, I think that's how you say it. California, and are still going strong to this day. So they're still happily married with a child. Yeah. So good for Andrew. Andrew is a comedian, actor, and podcast host, and has a full special called Infamous that he posted on September 25th, 2020. And it is free to watch on YouTube with ads. So if you want to watch not a podcast. If you want to watch his special for free, just go watch it on YouTube. Apparently, it's just on there for free. So make sure to check that out. As an actor, Andrew is best known for his film You People, Written When You Get to Work, or Right When You Get to Work, Feast of Seven Fishes, and the television series Sneaky Pete, which has a star rating of 8.0 on the or IMDb website. Dang, I really butchered that. These facts don't nearly. Oh yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to say it like that. These facts don't nearly convey all the accomplishments that he has as an entertainer. I encourage you all to take a look at everything he's done. So he seriously is. He's very accomplished as an actor and as a comedian. Just as an entertainer in general. and I feel like he doesn't get enough credit for that. So that's why I wanted to talk about him for the most part and talk about his life, where he was born, and his family and things. Um, so I like Andrew as a comedian because he's very bold with with the way he does his comedy routine, and I've always found that very funny. So I really like it whenever people are super bold when they're making a joke, or you know, it's just it's never ceased to make me laugh at all. It's hilarious to me. So that's why I really like Andrew, and I also like that he works really hard for what he wants. I really admire that about him, and he's come a long way from man. I don't even know when he started, but I'm not sure. But he's come a long way, like everybody else, and he deserves a little bit more, just a bit, not too much. And yeah, he's not my all time favorite because Jeff just swooped me off my feet basically with his comedy with his act. So that's just why he's number two on my list here, and that's why I really like him. He's just bold, and he's a really great guy. Um, I'm not sure what podcast he's in. I didn't really look into that. Um, but yeah, no, he's in a couple films here and there, and oh man, I just can't find a whole lot of things wrong with him. You know, it's just it's really hard to find bad things about people that are funny unless they just flat out do it. But no, Andrew's a solid guy, and you should definitely watch his special, and maybe check out one of his movies if they're popular or free to watch somewhere. So yeah, and the next up on the list is Troy Bond. So like I said earlier, Troy Bond is someone we're going to talk about. And for those of you who don't know Troy Bond, he what is it? He's he got famous because of uh he was on YouTube for a while, and he rose to fame because of his comedy streak, obviously, or his comedy style, and what he was doing on YouTube. And yeah, I mean, he's just become really popular nowadays. You can find him just whenever you just look up solid comedians and things like that. You can really just find him there. For anybody who doesn't know who Troy Bond, just look him up. And here's some information about him in case you want to go, know him a little bit better. Troy was born on January 17th, 1996 in the United States. When he was 16 years old, he started writing jokes, and later when he was 17, he started performing them. And today he is 28 years old. So, yeah, he's 28 years old today. Yeah. Troy is a New York-based comedian and writer, and is currently on tour. His tour started on May 31st, 2024 in Rutherford, New Jersey, and will end on July 13th, 2024 in East Providence, Rhode Island. So if he's coming to your city, again, make sure to check him out. And the next show that he has on his tour is on June 20th in Houston, Texas. So if you're in Houston on June 20th, he'll be performing then. I'm not sure exactly where, but just look on his website. I'm sure you can find it there. Just look up Troy Bond, and you can find it on his official website, on his shows. Hopefully, it's not sold out. It probably is though, because it's the 18th today, and he'll probably be filled up, man. He's really funny. I I honestly really love Troy Bond. He's got a nice comeback with every person he's ever had to deal with, and he's got solid jokes. He's just like he's a really solid comedian. You can always expect a laugh whenever you watch him, and it's always good to, go in person and see his shows and if you can talk to him, man. He's got a really nice personality, and I don't think he's dating anybody currently. Yeah, I don't know if he's doing anything dating anybody currently. Um, yeah, I'm not sure. It doesn't seem to appear so because it doesn't say anything about him on his about page. But yeah, Troy has also been in the TV series Disney Television Discovers Talent Showcase on season 1, episode 3, titled Dinner, or not Dinner, Diner, and played a busboy named Travis. So he was on a Disney show named Talent Showcase. I didn't really expect that, but no, it says on that website that he was on there. I never watched that television series, so if you did, um, you know, I'm sure you saw Troy Bond whenever you did. I didn't, man, I didn't really expect him to be on a Disney TV show, even if it was just for and just a quick role. But um, yeah, I can't really imagine him on a Disney show. He's really like if you watch him and then you compare him to everything he's done, like and his jokes and stuff, and then you look at him um, doing like a Disney TV show, you couldn't see it. I mean, even though he was acting and everything like that, but just not with the way he's, not with his material as a comedian. But no, he's really solid. His most popular clip is about, I think it's the where he is, the lady thinks he's racist, or something like that. I'm not totally sure, but some woman gets really upset at him during his comedy skit, and yeah, right here. Troy Bond, comedian, ethnicity. Who are his parents? Oh, never mind. But no, yeah. Um, oh, never mind. Apparently, are a lot of people mad about him about that? I didn't think a lot of people were mad about him by that. Um, no, actually, some people aren't mad about him about that. Some people are. Some people think he's racist because of that. Um, I don't think so. I think he was just, I don't think that. Just you should go watch the clip and see for yourself. Honestly, but yeah, no, he made some people really upset, and or he made a woman really upset, and they had she was like she was super upset, so she left with her husband. And she was like crying and stuff. Um, so I'm not totally sure, but I don't know if it was his fault or the lady's fault. But it's on YouTube for you to watch, so you should go watch it and decide for yourself. Um, it's somewhat controversial, so just go do that. Yeah, but no, he's I don't think he's a bad person. I do, based off what I watched, I don't think he is. Um, he's really funny. I mean, besides that one little thing, not the one little thing, but like the one thing, um, he seemed to just be just like a normal guy. Yeah. All right, and that's all for Troy Bond. Next, we have Michael Blostein. I don't know if that's how you say that again, but I'm gonna say Blostein because it looks like that. Um, yeah, so moving on to Michael Blostein. Michael was born on August 7th, 1988 in Maryland, USA. Michael is currently 35 years old, but later this year he'll turn 36. Before he was famous, he majored in marketing at Coastal Carolina University. So I don't know if you can really imagine that, but yeah, a comedian majoring in marketing. Yeah, especially from Michael Blostein. If you don't know who he is, quickly look him up, and he'll look familiar. I'm sure you'll notice him if you're into comedy. But he's got a really fun personality. Um, Personally, he's just too much for me. Just a little bit. He's just a little bit too preppy for me personally. But he's super funny. Um, and you should check him out. Michael is also a worldwide famous comedian. He's a successful actor and an unbelievably proficient writer. For his acting, he's best known for his works on the films Up There and Attack of the Alien Jelly Monster from the Depths of Uranus. I'm just gonna let that. I'm just gonna let that breathe for a second. And you know what? I'll actually read it again. He's best known for his works on the films Up There and Attack of the Alien Jelly Monster from the Depths of Uranus. So that's probably the best movie title I've ever seen in my entire life. And that deserves an award right there, just on the title alone. I heard it's just a comedy, but if you look at the, I haven't watched it, but if you look at the cover art, you can see that it's probably a little bit more than that. And he's also best known for the multiple television series. What is it? It says Person of Interest and Punked. I never watched Punked, but think I think my brother did. I think my brother watched Punked whenever we were younger, but I'm not totally sure. It might have been a different TV show. But yeah, he was on there too. Michael is also known for his podcast Stiff Socks. I'm sure you know that's where he's widely known on the internet for his podcast that he co-hosts with another comedian named Trevor Wallace. If you don't know Trevor Wallace, you should also go look up him. I'm not going to talk about him today, but I might later in a different episode. But if you don't know Travis, he's also a super funny guy, and he co-hosts the Stiff Socks with him. In their podcast where they talk about some of the funniest questions and do all sorts of hilarious stuff together. So they go and do things, and if you really want to know what they really talk about and you haven't watched it yet, just go on their website and read their about page. It's really funny. Whenever I was looking up the all the material for this episode, and it's definitely something you should go look up. I thought it was super funny. And I'm probably going to start listening to that now whenever I'm just playing video games or I'm working on the podcast now. Just listen to them on their podcast. I think when did I watch the trailer for it? When did I watch like an introduction for it? I'm not sure. It was sometime earlier this week. But yeah, you guys should definitely go check out Stiff Socks. And maybe the Attack of the Alien Jelly Monster from the Depths of Uranus. And my final opinion of Michael Blostein is he's a really funny guy. He is, but personally, I'm not too into comedians with like super too much energy. I guess is a better way to put it. He's got a lot of energy, and other than that, he's super funny. Let me just see. There's another guy with too much energy that I don't like to watch, but I think he's somewhat funny too. Here, let me look him up. Here, yeah, let me. Here, so much energy. Where is he? Oh wait, here. He was on America's Got Talent. This other guy that I'm trying to talk about. America's Got Talent. Oh, here he is. His name is Preacher Lawson. Yeah, so Preacher Lawson. Let me get a more descriptive search about him. So yeah, Peter Lawson, cool looking guy, very funny. He's 33 years old. He was born on March 14th, 1991. He's got his own website, and I first watched him on America's Got Talent. That's where I know him from, and he was really funny whenever I watched him for the first time. But just like Michael, he just has a little too much energy for me. But if you're super into that, you should definitely go watch him. I mean, on America's Got Talent, he ripped his shirt off. It was, or he ripped his shirt apart. So it was, it was just kind of too much for me. But I thought that part was funny when I watched him for the first time. And he's currently on tour. His tour is called The Best Day Ever Comedy Tour, and it's starting March 22nd. So that it's already started, and it's gonna last until September. Sorry, jeez, butchering that. September 29th. Bakersfield, California. So make sure to check him out. If that's something you're interested in, if you really like him. I'm not saying I don't, but I'm just saying it's just a little too much, little too much energy for me, personally. But other than that, funny dude, quality guy. They're really great guys too. Michael Blostein, he's really nice. I can't stress that enough. He's a really nice guy, um, and he's super polite about that. But he also knows how to deal with the hecklers, like most comedians do. Um, but yeah, that's my final opinion of him. Really nice. Too much energy for me though, and super funny, like the rest. And now I'm gonna move on to the last one for the smaller comedians that aren't as well known as um, the other ones. And the final one is Matt Rife. So if you know who Matt Rife is, um, you know that he kind of stirs up a little bit of controversy with his not his upcoming, but with his special that released in 2021, which I'm going to get into in just a second. But yeah, so I have some good qualities about him, and then we're going to talk about the controversy and what I think about him. So yeah, so we're going to get it started. So Matt was born September 10th, 1995 in Columbus, Ohio. Matt is currently 28 years old and will turn 29 this year. Matt is 20 has oh sorry. Matt has been in two relationships during his career, one with Kate Beckinsale and another more recent one with Lucy Hale. I don't know who any of those women are. I know Kate is a used to be a model and a singer, I think. And Lucy Hale, I think she's just an actor. I'm pretty sure. But yeah, he used to date both of them, and more recently dated Lucy Hale. Matt has done a lot of work with his acting career as well as his comedic occupation. Some of what he's best known for is his two specials, Matt Rife, Natural Selection, which is currently streaming on Netflix, and the other special, Matt Rife, Matthew Stephen Rife, which is free on YouTube. So if you want to go watch, what is it? If you want to go watch his free one on YouTube, you should go do that. I think that you would maybe enjoy it. I'm not sure. I've never watched it. I'm not really too into Matt Rife for some controversial reasons, but if you're if you're into his comedic stand up, then you should go watch it. You should go watch the free one, and then maybe get a Netflix subscription and watch the Netflix special. If you just if you like Matt Rife, if you like some of his reels and things like that. Matt has also starred in several TV shows. The most popular shows being Wild and Out, The Gamer's Guide to Pretty Much Everything, WTH, Welcome to Howler, and a TV special named Clash of Carts Mario Kart 8. I never watched any of those. I've heard of Wild and Out, but again, I never watched any of those. So, if that sounds like that's something for you, maybe go watch it. I'm not totally sure. I don't know how old they are, and if they still hold up at all. And lastly, Matt Rife has stirred up a lot of controversy about domestic violence and misogyny with his newest special, Natural Selection, and when he talked about going to Baltimore for the first time. So if you don't know, when he went to Baltimore for the first time, he went to a restaurant. I'm not sure which one. And the hostess had a black eye, and he said some pretty misogynistic things, apparently, from what was quoted in an article I read about the hostess having a black eye. So if you want to go read about that, I think it's on BuzzFeed. I'm not sponsored by anybody, by the way. But if you want to go read about that, you can. I think it's on BuzzFeed .news or something like that. And he talked to the opening joke in the special Natural Selection. He had made a joke about someone. I think it was just about women in general, and it was apparently just about domestic. I didn't watch it, so I'm just making an assumption based off of the information I read online. But yeah, apparently he stirred up a lot of controversy, and why he said all that stuff apparently on his new special was because he wanted to ensure that he wasn't just making content and entertainment just for the women in his fan page, because most of his supporters then were women, and he wanted to do more stuff for men so that men could be more inclusive and get grow his audience a little bit more, because he struggled with that for a little bit. Not because of the controversy thing, but just because he was growing as a comedian. And I guess he just thought it was a good idea, and he was just like, at the end of it, he really didn't think it was a big deal, apparently, whenever he was interviewed at the end of it. So he was kind of disappointed in how they reacted with that, or how we all reacted with the first joke, the opening joke. Which is kind of just, again, I didn't watch it, and this is just something I'm getting off the internet, but he was, he's stirring up a lot of shit. He's stirring up a lot of shit about, misogyny and domestic violence, apparently. So I just thought you guys should know that in case you're trying to, open yourself up to more comedians and all that. And for my final opinion, before I knew about his comedy special and all that, before he posted it, I really liked his content. I mean, I thought it was funny. I did think it was more for women, personally, because he was very flirtatious with the women he was talking whenever he was doing the crowd work with. So I just thought it was more for women, but I didn't mind watching it. I thought it was enjoyingly funny. I thought it was entertaining. Before I found out about his special and on the things he said. And I just recently found out about the things he said in Baltimore. And I was just recapping about it because I had remembered he had said it, so I just I I just looked up the current article that they had open about it. And yeah, so I thought he was funny before that, and then I just, I wasn't really too into Matt Rife or super affiliated with him as an entertainer, and I wasn't really too interested in him. But I completely lost interest after all of that and the allegedly things the thing he had said at Baltimore. So I just thought you guys should know that about Matt Rife, and that's why I put him on number 5. Not because he's my 5th favorite small time comedian, but just because of the controversy, and I felt like I should talk to him, talk to you guys about him, and just all the bullshit, and it's very upsetting. It's very upsetting what he everything he said, and man, I hope he stops being so petty about it, because I think he just got really upset about his breakup with Lucy, and he really just wasn't acting very rash, and it was very ignorant for him to say something like that. I mean, I feel like it's good that he finally came out with it so that we could all just ignore it and talk about it and acknowledge that he said those things, and just see the kind of real person he is. But at the same time, I'm really disappointed, and everybody else is, and it really just shows a lot of character about him, and he shouldn't just say everything that comes out of his mouth, or that he thinks about. Not that everything that comes out of his mouth, but everything that he thinks about, and it shows character, and I think it's important that I talked about him, so I did. But no, my 5th favorite small time comedian. Oh man, who would I pick? As my 5th favorite? Who would I pick? I'm not sure. I would have to think about that a little bit more. Maybe I'll talk about it in another episode. When I talk about other comedians. I think, you know what? Actually, I have a pick. I like Ched Durena. I think that's how you say his name. But yeah, I know I like him. Durena. He's a little bit more sexualizing. But he was he did a podcast with Bert Kreischer. He did an episode with Bert Kreischer. And if you ever watch any of Bert Kreischer's comedy specials, then you know that he talks about sexual things a little bit more. But he's still got a lot of stories and a lot of great craft is what I call it. But yeah, no, and Ched Durena, I think that's how you say it, Mr. Durena. I'm just gonna call him that. No, but he's definitely a solid guy. He's very funny. If you watch any of his Instagram reels, you'll find out. I think he's on tour. Let me see if he's on tour real quick, because I got a lot of time. So, Ched Durena tour. He is. Is he on tour? It says shows. Okay, it's popping up. Just give me a second. He is on a North American tour with like an eagle. Let me see. So yeah, he is on tour. So on June 28th, on Friday, June 28th, he's going to be in Miami, Florida. Yeah, so he's going to be doing improv, or the Dania Improv. So he's going to be in Florida from June 28th to June 29th. And then his tour ends. Let me see. Oh, I have to load more. Give me a second. Let me see. On September 22nd in Tempe, Arizona. AZ. And let me see if he's coming to Oklahoma. Let me see. It it does not appear that he's going to Oklahoma, but he is going to San Antonio, Illinois, and California. So if you like him and you like the stuff that he does, go check out his tour and see if he's coming to your city. Um, yeah, so check him out, watch his stuff. That is my recommendation for the fifth, and that's everything about Matt Rife. So that's all the small time comedians. So I'm gonna go ahead and take a little break to do the intermission. The intermission is gonna be like 6 minutes, 6.5 minutes. So just you should guys should definitely stay for the intermission. The reason why I'm doing it is because I don't have a sponsor, or I'm not big enough to have a sponsor yet. So I'm gonna be doing my own intermissions until I grow enough to do to get sponsors. So just make sure you stick around for that, and I'm gonna take a quick break. So yeah. Hey everybody. This is the intermission for the very first episode. I'm gonna be doing this intermission because I don't have any sponsors, and this my podcast isn't big enough to have a sponsor yet. So I need to grow my audience. So I'm doing this little intermission because the real me needs to take a little break and just probably use a bathroom, maybe get some water, um, check things, make sure everything's right. So he's playing this so that he can take a little break because he's been talking for a while. So I'm here with some facts. I have two different kinds of facts that I got here. I got June 18th facts, so that's today facts. And then I got comedian facts, so we can stay a little bit on, episode topic. So I'm going to go ahead and start with June 18th facts. So today is International Sushi Day. For anybody who's wondering, I personally am not a big fan of sushi. I don't really like it, but I love seafood, personally. Kind of messy though, but seafood anyways. But yeah, I'm not a big fan of sushi, but for anybody who is, today is International Sushi Day. So make sure to get some sushi if you're into that, So the next fact is the War of 1812. So the War of 1812 started today on June 18th. It lasted 2 years and 8 months, and it ended on February 18th, 1815. So it lasted, it lasted 2 years and 8 months. So just think about that, Yeah, so I just thought that was interesting. I was like, man, I didn't even know that started on June 18th. I didn't even remember that from like first grade. So I thought that was interesting. So the last June 18th fact is Paul McCartney's birthday. Now, in case you don't know, Paul McCartney was in the Beatles from 1960 to 1970, and he was also in a band called Wings, and he was in Wings, the band Wings, from 1971 to 1981. I'm not really sure why the Beatles broke up. I'm not really too affiliated on the Beatles. I think I've only listened to one of their songs, pretty sure. But yeah, Paul McCartney's birthday is June 18th too, and he's British. And today he is currently 82 years old. So tag Paul McCartney and wish him a happy birthday. That'd be cool if he, really pops up. That'd be sick. That would be actually sick if he popped up. 82 years old too. God, he's old. So we are moving on to comedian facts now. So this is a little bit more on topic. So comedian fact number 1. In 2004, Dave Chappelle played Prince on the Dave Chappelle Show. And Prince liked it so much and thought it was so funny that he used the photo of Chappelle dressed up as him for the cover of his single, Breakfast Can't Wait. So he used the picture of Dave Chappelle whenever he was dressed up as Prince on his show, and he used it on his single. So I thought that was really funny. I never knew that, and I mean, I didn't watch a lot of the Chappelle Show. It was mostly my dad who did that. Thought it was funny, um, but you know, I just thought that was interesting because I remember watching little bits of the Chappelle Show with my dad every now and then. So yeah, so that's number one. Number two, Wanda
Sykes.
used to work for the NSA, the National Security Agency, and she used to have top secret security clearance. So yeah, Wanda
Sykes.
Man, she's really funny. I mean, you should really, if you don't know who she is, you should definitely look her up. But she's super funny, and I honestly can't even see her being, oh my god, I can't even imagine her being part of the National Security Agency at all. She was apparently a security specialist, and she just moved like, what is it, items around, and I mean, I think like night vision to furniture or something like that. It was specialized weapons or something like that. I'm pretty sure. I'm not totally. I don't have like up here, but I just wrote some things down real quick. So yeah, that I thought that was really interesting that Wanda's
Sykes.
part of that, and that she was very high clearance. And for the final comedian fact, halfway through the third season of Chappelle's Show, this is about David Chappelle again, or Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle had gone missing through the third season of the Chappelle Show. He had apparently gone to South Africa to hide from the press. Quote, to hide from the press, end quote. In his words, or somebody quoted that, apparently. I'm not sure who. It didn't say. But no, he apparently went to South Africa to hide from the press during the third season of the Chappelle Show. So I thought that was crazy. Men with money, I guess. Yeah, I guess men with money. Yeah. Well, that is for all the facts that I wrote down because, of the intermission. So please enjoy the rest of the episode, and I hope you guys enjoyed the facts. All right, and we're back from the intermission. All right, if you guys listened through that, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I already wish you guys that. But yeah, all right. So we're back with the rest of the episode. So there'll be no more interruptions unless you are using Spotify for free. So that might happen. But we're on the more known comedians now. So so like comedians like like Theo Von. Theo Von is the first guy. So we're going to talk about Theo Von. So Theo's full name is Theodore Kapitani von Kernatowatsky III. He was born March 19th, 1980 in Covington, Los Angeles, and is currently 44 years old. Theo is not married and has never married, but he has dated Randy Glanville, Sarah Grayson, and Coral Smith. Now, you might be asking yourself the same question I am. Who are any of these women? And yeah, what movies are they? Are they movie stars, actors, singers? I've never heard of these people before. And I really I didn't care enough to put what their occupation was, and I didn't honestly think I'd have too much time. But yeah, so he dated those women, and he's not married. Um, and he's already had his birthday this year, so he's staying 44 for the time being. And yeah, his I'm pretty sure his father named him because his father um has a similar name. Let me see. Um, Theo von. So his father's name is Roland von Kernats or Kernatowski, 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 I think is how you say it. Senior. So that's his name, Roland von Kernatowski Senior, and his mom is named Gina Capitan Captinanili, or his other. It's a mixture. His name is a mixture of his father's and his mother's name. And then Thea is it's just his name that he was given. So yeah, that's a little bit about his family. He doesn't have any siblings, and if in case you're wondering, he's like 6 feet tall. He's exactly 6 feet tall. So yeah, so that's him about his family and his relationship status as far as that goes. A little bit more about Theo. Theo is currently on his tour, Return of the Rat, and his next appearance is on June 28th in Boise, Idaho, and the tour will end on September 14th in Vancouver, BC. I'm not sure what BC stands for. But yeah, so I don't know where he's going for the Return of the Rat. Let me take a look at that actually. Let's see here, Return of the Rat, tour. Jeez, not the music video by Nirvana. So let's see the tour dates. Here we go. So the tour dates. So he's gonna be in Idaho, whatever UT stands for. I'm not sure. Nevada, QC. Not really sure what that is. CT. That's again. Oh my God, he's just in a bunch of different places. Yeah, I think he's gonna be in Canada for most of it, and then, yeah, yeah. So most of his tour, for the rest of his tour, he's gonna be in Canada, except for Idaho. It looks like, and Nevada. Yeah, I got to remember that. So in America, he's going to be in Idaho and Nevada. But, in case you're Canadian, you're watching this, yeah, he's going to be heading to a lot of places in Canada, apparently. So, yeah. Oh, I think he's actually, and Oregon. I think so, yeah. So I think in Oregon also. So Oregon, what is it? Nevada, and Idaho. So make sure to check that out in case you're watching, in case you're looking into that. So just a little bit more about Theo. Theo is best known for his 2 specials on Netflix, No Offense and Regular People, along with his appearance on the Joe Rogan Experience and his own podcast this past weekend. And he has a guest I'm going to talk about later in the episode, actually towards the end of the episode. So stay tuned for that. He's been a part of this past weekend for since 2016, and he has 5 million listeners on audio alone. So he posts both of them. So he posts the audio version, and then he posts the video version. And he just gets 5 million on the audio alone. So imagine how many he gets with the video. And you want to see like people's reaction because it's funnier to watch. So just imagine that, yeah. But yeah, Theo's a solid guy. I really like watching him. That's why I put him at the top of my list. And yeah, I really like watching him. I liked him whenever I watched the entire 3 hour podcast with Joe Rogan on on the Joe Rogan Experience, and I thought it was funny them constantly talking about like, well, it's really inappropriate, and I shouldn't be talking about it, but like, um, if you guys want to go check it out, just make sure to watch the 3 hour one. I think he's been in a lot of episodes on the Joe Rogan Experience, so I've only watched the 3 hour one, but I'm sure it would be funny with the other ones. I just haven't had time to really watch the other ones, and I don't really get a lot of time to watch them. I'm just doing other things, or I have other things that I want to do first. But if you do have enough time, make sure to watch those episodes, and make sure just to watch any any of the best episodes of what is it, this past weekend, because I've heard fantastic things about it. Again, I haven't, well, not again, but I haven't really watched it at all. Um, but it's Theo Vaughn. If you don't know who he is, look him up in detail and look at all the stuff he's done and like thoroughly. And he's a quality guy. He's really funny. Talks about sexual things a lot, and so some subjects that he talks about is like human behavior, human sexuality, and American politics, which is kind of a weird duo or weird trio there. So it's got like human stuff, and then it's just American politics. So that's just his about page on Google says. So and it's accurate too. So if you listen to the stuff he says on Joe Rogan and his podcast, you'll find out really quickly exactly why he's known for that kind of subject talking. But yeah, so final opinion about Theo Vaughn. He's a great guy. Love him. He's got such a personality, He's really he's so enjoyable to watch. Like, I'd love to watch Theo Vaughn like try to catch something with his bare hands, like just go hunting, like just go like spear fishing or something like that. Just go deep sea diving. Not deep sea, but like go diving. And I'd love to watch him do that. I think it would be super funny. If he's out there with like Joe and the Suicide Boys that he does the podcast with, I think it would be super funny to watch him do that. But yeah, no, great guy, and yeah, definitely check him out if he's coming to your city. Make sure to look out for that. Check out his tour dates on his website. Maybe ask him to come to your city. I think he might respond to those. I'm pretty sure he does. I think so. But now going on to the second one that I have on my list is Mr. John Mulaney. Now, if you don't know who John Mulaney is, he's been he's been a voice actor in a lot of in a little bit of different TV shows here and there and movies. He's had a lot of his own specials and his own TV shows and things like that. He's very popular and very great guy. I love watching John Mulaney anytime I get to. If you just look up a picture of him, you'll see it. You'll see his face, and you'll be like, I know that guy. I've seen him around. I know who he is. But some things about John Mulaney. His full name is John Edmund Mulaney. He was born August 26 in 1982 in Chicago, Illinois. Today he's 41 years old, but later this year he'll be 42. He was married to Anna Mary Tindler. I think that's how you say your last name, Tindler. From 2014 to 2022, and is now currently in a relationship with Lisa Olivia Munn, whom he has a child with. So I think he's a lot happier with Munn, with Lisa Munn. I like that last name. I like your last name, Munn. Munn. I think that's funny. I don't know why that's so, like, that's just, it's so stupid, but, like, to, like, make fun of somebody's name, but, like, man, that's kind of a funny name. I really like that. I think it's funny. But no, he seems to be really happy with Miss Munn. God, that's so. I'm sorry, that's so funny to me. Just Miss Munn. I could never imagine myself with someone who has the last name Munn. I just think it's too funny. I'd laugh too much. Um, but yeah, John Mulaney. I think he's very happy with his new wife. Or no, he's not married. He's not married to to Lisa. Um, but he is in a relationship. I think they might get married. But he is 41. He's turning 42 this year. So I'm not totally sure. Let me see a little bit about Lisa. Lisa Munn. Lisa Munn. Lisa Munn. So Lisa Munn is an actress. What has she been in? Let me see. Oh, she's been in a lot of stuff. Oh. Oh. Okay. So she's been in X-Men Apocalypse, The Predator. She's been in a lot of stuff. She's been in Iron Man 2, Magic Mike. Oh my god, she's been in a lot of shit. Holy fuck. Oh my god, she's been in Ride Along 2, New Girl, in case you ever watched that. Oh my god. Oh my god, what? She's been in Buddy Games, in case you ever watched that. Oh my god. Loving Wedding Repeat. Violent, in case you've ever watched that movie. Oh my god. What's Jedi Junkies? Bro, hold on. I gotta look at this. What is this? What is this? There's no way. What is this? Oh my god. This looks ridiculous. It's a documentary. It's a oh my god. It's a documentary. Holy shit. Who all's in it? Who's all in it? I'm going off a little, but I'm keeping track. What? That's ridiculous. What else is she in? On Date Night, Die in a Gunfight, Hit Monkey. I don't even know what that is, but I'm just listing it off for you. Chuck, whatever the fuck that is. The Daily Show. She's been on The Daily Show. Since 1996. Yeah, apparently. And what else has she been in? Zoolander, whatever that movie is. And let's see. Greek, America's Got Talent. She's been on that since 2006, apparently. Robot Chicken since 2005. The Unholy. And what else? I think I Love My Wife, which sounds super ridiculous in hindsight. Why wouldn't you love your wife? That's kind of weird. Office Christmas Party. And Delivers Us from Evil. Yeah, but no, she's super famous apparently. I did not know that. I did not know who Lisa Munn was. But she seems cool. She seems very cool. Here, let me see. No. Go back to the other tab that I had. Olivia Munn. Jeez. Just a little bit something different about her. Oh, no. Her name... Oh, no. So her name is... She just likes to go by Olivia Munn. So she just likes to go by Olivia Munn. She's 43 years old. She was born July... she was born July 3rd in 1980. She's still with Mr. Mulaney. And yeah, Kim Munn, Wissam Munn. Oh, she actually she graduated from the University of Oklahoma. So yeah, alma mater. Yeah, she got her bachelor's from Oklahoma University. Yeah, UOC or University of Oklahoma. Yeah, or yeah, OU. Man. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? So just going back a little bit to John Mulaney. John Mulaney has a John has a crazy amount of accomplishments as an actor and comedian. So let's just put it like this. He was in he was in two Golden Globe Award ceremonies, one in 2018 and another the next year. And he was also in the SNL 40th anniversary special. So he has been, um, you know, he's been in he's been a comedic act for a long time, and he's had a lot to do with the entertainment industry. And I'd say from what he's done that he's a very accomplished actor. I would argue that Olivia Munn is much more of an accomplished actor. Mostly because I feel like John Mulaney is, John Mulaney is more focused on his career in comedy, which is understandable. Of course, there's nothing wrong with that, but that is just how I feel, and why he's not as accomplished as his wife is, or his girlfriend, I guess, his partner. And just for my personal opinion, I really like John Mulaney. I think he cheated on his ex-wife though. So I just think, I'm not totally sure. While I was reading it, I was just like, it looks like he cheated on his ex-wife apparently, and that's why she divorced him. Or maybe he divorced her. I didn't really look into it too much. But I really like John Mulaney as a comedian. And, he was also really good in Spider-Man and the Spider-Verse as the, as the animated pig, as Porky. And he was also in the new Chip and Dale movie as Chip. So, but yeah, I really like John Mulaney. I think he's a solid comedian. And that's why I put him on the list, because I really wanted to talk about him and his life, because I didn't know a lot about him personally, and, I just thought it would be a good fit for the podcast. So I really like him, and I think he's a solid guy. Yeah. All right, so now we're going to go on to Joe Coy. So Joe Coy is the third one on my list. This isn't like going from favorites, by the way. This is just the list I wanted to talk about them in, and just shed some light in this specific order. So yeah, now we're going to talk about Joe Coy. All right. So Joe Coy's full name and his actual name is Joseph Glenn Herbert. He was born June 2nd, 1971 on JASDF Misawa Air Force Base in Japan. He got married to Angie King and later got divorced in 2013. I'm not sure when he got married to Angie King. I could look it up real quick. I think I'll do that. So yeah, he got married to Angie King. Here, Angie King. So yeah, he got married to Angie King for 10 years. So just subtract that from 2013. So they got married in 2003. When their son was born, they got married. Or around when their son was born, they got married. And sadly they got divorced. I'm not sure if they ended on good or bad terms. But she is apparently just a singer. So you can listen to her on YouTube, Spotify, YouTube Music, Apple Music. So she's a composer and an entrepreneur. It doesn't really say a lot about her. But she's got some hits here. Or not some hits, but she got some songs that she wrote in 2016. You Hold Me, She Loves to Truck, That's How Sure I Am, I Believe In. I'm not really kind of sure what kind of music she makes. But yeah, she was married to Joe Coy. So, again, I'm not really sure if that ended really good or not. It doesn't seem to be. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be ending on good terms. So I would keep that in mind. So another fact about Joe Coy. Joe Coy is most famous for his comedy specials and his time on Comedy Central. He also hosted the 81st annual Golden Globe Awards and totally bombed it, apparently. So his opening bit to the 81st Golden Globe Awards, he apparently bombed the joke. I think he said something misogynistic. Not like Matt Rife, not like that bad, but like I think he just said something about Taylor Swift. I think he did. I thought, what did he say about Taylor Swift? He said something about Taylor Swift about maybe I don't think I should repeat it, but just because I don't want to end up with a bunch of controversy. But yeah, he said something about Taylor Swift, and I think he just bombed it a little bit. But then he got back up and he finished it out good. So yeah, that's some stuff about Joe Coy, and let me look up his special. What different specials does he do? They're all on Netflix, I think. Here, Joe Coy specials. Jeez. Here. He just recently posted a new one on Netflix. Jeez, what are all the other ones? So, Joe Coy coming in hot. I think it's live from Los Angeles, or yeah. So live from the LA Forum. Let's see here. Where else did he do it? He's got a full special on YouTube apparently. But yeah, In His Element, I think, live from Seattle, and his newest one is live from Brooklyn. I watched Live from Brooklyn. I thought it was, entertaining. Like I'd eat, like how should I put this? I thought Live from Brooklyn was entertaining enough if you ate it with, if you watched it while you were eating dinner, and you watched it periodically every time you ate dinner. I thought it was worth that, and like laughing. Occasionally, he doesn't say anything bad or anything like that. But he does talk about the younger generation and how the youth is gonna hold up the future and things like that, and what is it? Just the differences between when he was younger and what times are like now for younger generations and things like that. I don't want to spoil anything, obviously, but you should definitely go check him out. Some of his, like, Coming in Hot and Live from Seattle are definitely one of his funnier ones. My favorite is Coming in Hot, so I would recommend you watch that one first. And then, does he have any? He has a full 20-minute special of whenever he was younger. It was from 2020. Not 2020. It was from 2022. It got posted on August 5th from Comedy Central Stand Up. So if you want to go watch that, just go watch that. And it's got little clips here. He's got the official trailer from Live from Los Angeles. So they all have trailers in case you want to watch that first and be like, yeah. In case you just want a good laugh. Joe Coy is a solid guy. Where I was gonna look up something. Oh my god, what was it? What was it? Oh yeah, his tour. I want to see if he's touring. Is he touring? Joe Coy tour. Here, let's look at this. Joe Coy. No, that's the official website. So he is touring. He's going to tour soon on September 6th. So his tour starts on September 6th, Houston, Texas, at the Toyota Center. And is he going to be in Oklahoma at all? No, he isn't. But and then his tour ends on December 7th on Long Beach, California, at the Terrence Theater. So if all of his shows are going to be in America, it seems like. So if you want to check him out, I would definitely recommend going to one of his live shows. I did. I went to his show, Joe Coy, Funny is Funny. I think that's what it's called. Funny. Oh, hold on. I accidentally clicked the wrong tab. Oh no. All right. So Joe Coy, Funny is Funny. Funny is Funny. Joe, Funny is Funny. Yeah, so that's the one I watched. Yeah, it's World Tour. And that one started on January 6th in Albuquerque. And he went to. Where did he go? He went somewhere. Arizona, where's Oklahoma? He went to Oklahoma. I'm not sure when. But no, he was at the Paycom Center in Oklahoma City um, when I went to watch him with my parents. And he was very funny. So he didn't have a. When I watched him, he didn't have a like a skit ready or anything like that. So all he did was improv, and it was hilarious whenever we went and watched it. And he just talked to this interesting guy in the front row and a couple others. But his crowd work was fantastic, as you would expect from a pro. And he was really, he was solid. He was really great. It was really great seeing him in person and experiencing my first comedy show for the first time. So thanks, Mom and Dad, for taking me there. I really liked it. It was very enjoyable. I don't know when he. It only has one picture of when he went, but no, yeah. So Joe Coy, Funny is Funny. I went and watched that with my parents, and it was solid. So, final opinion is Joe Coy is really funny. His new special barely holds up. I'm gonna be honest; it wasn't too funny, but it was the right kind of entertaining that I was looking for. So I watched the whole thing, and it had some bits here and there, and I thoroughly enjoyed it for what it was. And yeah, Joe Coy's a nice guy. He's seemingly a good father, and just all around great comedian. Definitely a solid guy. So just make sure to check him out. See if he's coming to your city. And we're gonna go ahead and start on the second to last one, which I've chosen to be Dave Chappelle. So I want to talk about Dave Chappelle. So, let's get started. Let's get started with Dave Chappelle. So, just a little bit I want to talk about real quick is I watched maybe one or two clips of the Chappelle show when my dad was watching it. I don't know how much my dad watched of the Chappelle show, but I thought whenever I watched it, it was funny. And I was just trying to laugh too. I was young, so I didn't really understand some of the things he was talking about, but no, I thought it was funny whenever I watched him. And here's some stuff about Dave Chappelle. So Dave's full name is David Kahari Weber Chappelle. He was born on August 24th, 1973 in Washington, D.C., and is currently 50 years old. He's been married to Elani. I think that's how you say it. Yeah, Elani Chappelle since 2001, and they have 3 kids they have 3 kids together. So from what I know, he's happily married. He's been married since 2001. They have 3 kids. And man, he's getting old. He is getting older. If you don't know who Dave Chappelle is, he's famous, dude. You should definitely check him out. He's done stuff with He's done stuff with Charlie Murphy. I don't know if he's done anything with Eddie Murphy. Let me actually look that up. Has Dave Chappelle... No, not hosted SNL. Oh, wait, has he? Has he hosted every now? He returned to Saturday Night Live again to listen the third time, November 12th, 2022. Okay, so he hosted recently. I say recently. It's like two years ago, but he hosted SNL. Did he ever do? Has Dave Chappelle ever done anything with Eddie Murphy? How does he? Eddie Murphy. Has he done anything with Eddie Murphy? Aren't top 4 comedians. Oh, so no, from what I understand, but he did do. Charlie Murphy, Eddie Murphy's brother, was on the Chappelle Show, which I'm going to talk about in just a second. But no, so he did stuff with his brother. I think for maybe 1 or 2 episodes. I think I'm not totally sure. I'm not sure how long Charlie was on the Chappelle Show for. Another little thing about Dave Chappelle. Dave is most famous for his TV series Chappelle Show, like I just said, and his specials Age of Spin, which he did in 2017. Which he did in 2017. He did 3 more specials in 2017. One of them was called Deep in the Heart of Texas. Equanimity. Wait, how do you say that? Equanimity. Jeez, I'm butchering this. Equanimity. He posted that one in 2017 as well. And The Bird Revelation in 2017. He also did 2 more. One in 2019 called Sticks and Stones, and another called The Closer in 2021. And that's all the specials he's ever done. So he's done a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So he's done 6 specials total, and 3 seasons of Chappelle Show. I just looked at the first. If you look at the first description episode of Chappelle Show, you'll just read it and you'll just see how funny it actually is without even watching it. I might actually get back into it because I just started looking into it again recently. But oh my god, I shouldn't read it out loud, but you guys should definitely look into it for sure. Yeah, you're not gonna regret it. But no, if you just read the descriptions of like the episodes and you just watch it, it's super funny. It lasted 3 seasons. Yeah, 3 seasons. I just said that. And oh, excuse me, sorry. And so he is very successful. I don't know if has he done anything else? Dave Chappelle acting career. Let's see here. Acting. Let's see. What else has he done? Oh yeah, he's been in some movies. So he's been in Half Baked, The Nutty Professor, Robin Hood, Men in Tights. I didn't know he was in that movie. The Closer, Blue Streaks, Con Air, Dave Chappelle. I can't read the rest of that. It says Platinum Comedy Series, A Star Is Born, Sticks and Stones. Oh no, that's just some of his specials, and then it just lists his specials. Has he ever acted? Co-starred in the short-lived situation comedy Buddies, 1996, and had small roles in the film The Nutty Professor. So yeah, he's done a couple movies here and there. Not really a ton, but no, all of his specials are quality, man. I mean, I've seen, I think, half of them, and I can tell you, they are definitely worth watching. You guys definitely need to check it out and really look into all of his specials and everything that he does, because you're not going to regret it. I'm like I said, I think Charlie Murphy was in a couple episodes in the Chappelle Show. Let me see. Charlie Murphy. Chappelle Show. Here. What episodes did he do? Movies and shows. Yeah. So he was in the Chappelle Show. He was in there. Was he in there just all the time? I'm not sure. Also the Chappelle Show is now on Netflix. So if you just want to watch that, just make sure to check it out if you get a Netflix subscription. Charlie Murphy's also in Boondocks, and a movie called Black Jesus. I've never watched that, but is it a comedy? Or is it like... Is it a comedy? It's got a 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. Oh my god. Do you know how... That's the best fucking rating you can get on Rotten Tomatoes. Holy shit. But it's got a 7 out of 10 on IMDb. Oh my god. 84% of people like this movie. The description says, Adult Swim is never afraid to go beyond the boundaries of what most people consider good taste. Oh, man. They came out in first episode. Oh, so it's a series. Oh, it's got 3 seasons. It's a sitcom. Oh, my God. But no, yeah, it seems to be a comedy. He was also in Norbit. I think he's actually the main character in Norbit. Pretty sure. Should be. But yeah, no. No, wait, is he not? Who is he in Norbit? Is he Norbit? Oh my god, I'm losing my mind. Who plays... Oh my god, Norbit. Who's playing Norbit? Eddie Murphy. Okay, so his brother Eddie Murphy plays Norbit, but Charlie Murphy is also in the movie still. Is in there. But back to Dave Chappelle. Yeah, so he's very successful in what he's done. He is... I mean... He's just really good. He's fantastic. It is not an understatement to say that Dave Chappelle is one of the greatest comedians of all time. It is not short to say that. I mean, Eddie Murphy is fantastic. But Dave Chappelle, it even says it's like there's controversy about him being even better than Eddie Murphy. My personal opinion, I'd say so. I would say he hasn't been in originals, Dave, but or too many originals, but he is definitely a solid comedian. And if he's coming to your city, and if he's touring, I think I forgot to check that. I guess you could check it real quick. All right, is he touring? I think he is. Dave Chappelle. I think I already checked that, but if he's coming to your city, make sure to check on his website if he has one. Jeez. Dave Chappelle. He doesn't seem to have one. I don't see anything here. Website. You know, he doesn't have one. It's got like 2023. So yeah, I guess he does. I'm not sure. But yeah, if he's coming to your city, make sure to check him out. Yeah, so make sure to check him out. And for the final comedian I'm going to talk about is Bobby Lee. Now, Bobby Lee is one of my favorite comedians. I got to tell you. He is a classic. He has been in so many movies, which I'm going to talk about in a second because I don't want to spoil it too much of what I'm going to talk about. But I really love Bobby Lee. He's a solid guy, solid comedian, and definitely more than worth the time of day. Fantastic. So let's go ahead and get right into this. So Robert Young Lee Jr. was born September 17th, 1971 in San Diego, California, and is currently 52 years old and turning 53 later this year. He was in a relationship with... Wait, I have this. Let me let me say the name. Kalaya. I think that's how you say it. Yeah, Kalaya Khan for 10 years, and after they broke up, they still remained friends. So after he broke up with his relationship with Kalaya, They still remain friends. And I saw somewhere that he still says he loves her very much, and I hope the feeling's mutual. But I just don't. I think they love each other, but I don't think it like worked out for them personally because they just had different views. I think that's the kind of vibe I was getting from that. Um, Bobby also has a brother named Steve. Yeah. So, yeah. So I just saw that. It just says Steve Lee. That's his brother. Yeah. And yeah, he's got a brother named Steve. I thought that was funny, so I put that in. It was super random. It was God, it was really random. But yeah, he has a brother named Steve. Apparently, I don't know what Steve does. I'm gonna look into it right now. Actually, I've really been wanting to see what Steve Lee does. Bobby Lee's brother. Yeah, Steve Lee. So yeah, Bobby Lee. Yeah, so Steve Lee. Oh my God, what does he look like? I'm sure he just looks okay. So he looks a little different than him. He looks like yeah. He he definitely looks related to Bobby. I mean, he looks like he does a podcast with Bobby. I think. Um, is he a singer? Let me see. Let me see if he's a singer. No, that's a different Steve Lee. I don't know who that guy is, but yeah, no. Stephen Lee, Bobby's brother, is in a podcast. It doesn't really say much about him. I don't think he wants to be um, a. I don't think he really wants to be a big part of internet culture. Steve Lee do for a living. So Steve Lee does stand up. Is a stand up comedian, a motivational speaker, actor, producer, and writer. I did not know that. Who is Steve Lee CEO? Arthur Health. Huh. But yeah, no. So that's a little bit about Steve. Steve. Oh my God. Man, I can't believe that. That's just the most. It was just the most random thing whenever it popped up too. To me, it was just. It was so random. It was so blunt and weird. I did not. I was just stunned by it. A little bit more about Bobby. It's safe to say that Bobby's career as an actor is an impress is. Jeez, I'm butchering this. It's safe to say that Bobby's career as an actor is impressive since he's been in more movies than anybody else listed, and yeah, so he's been in more movies than anybody else that I've listed, probably combined. He has been in a lot of shit. Oh my God, just let me look it up. Let me look it up. All of the stuff he's been in, movies and TV shows. Oh my God. Show more. Just show more. He has been in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 times 6. Oh my God, I'm having a brain fart. 8 times 6. Oh my God, I'm having a brain fart. 48. He's been in over 48 movies. 9, 50, 51. I think he's been in 51 movies, it says, that have been hits. You could just look at all of them, but he's been in a lot of stuff. Or he's been in a bunch of entertainment things, you know. I'm not really sure what you would call him because he's also been in TV series. But he's been in a lot of movies and he's been in a lot of TV shows. And the most recent thing that he's going to be in is the new Borderlands movie. So if you don't know, the Borderlands movie, in case you watched the trailer, is based off the video game Borderlands. I never played it. I know people who have. And it's supposed to be super funny. So I don't know what he's cast as. I don't know who he's cast as, but it's not one of the main characters, I don't think. Bobby Lee is Larry. Who's Larry? Oh my God, who plays Larry? Hold on. Borderlands. Larry. Who's Larry? Oh, I'm not sure. Man, it was really not specific on who Larry is. I'm not sure. I'm not sure who Larry is. Oh, maybe I think you can spot him in the trailer. I think you can. But yeah, he's coming up in Borderlands, the new Borderlands movie. That's the most recent thing that he's doing. I also don't know if he's on tour or if he's going to do tour. Excuse me again. Jeez. Let me check if he's on tour. Let me check if he's on tour. Bobby Lee tour. Tour. Oh my gosh. It's lagging. All right, here. Bobby Lee Live. Bobby Lee Live. Comedian, actor, and podcaster. So on June 27th, he's going to be at Rogers, Arizona, Walmart Amp. Yeah. So yeah, he is. I guess yeah, he's on tour. He's on tour. So, he's going to be in MO, whatever that stands for. I'm not sure. Montana, I think. Yeah, I think he's going to be in Montana, in Arizona, and then he's going to be in. It looks like he's going to be touring with Andrew Santino. Andrew Santino, in Canada. It looks like that. Film and TV, and then it says on his website what kind of films he's been in. The ones I think he put the ones that he's most proud of, or the ones that he enjoyed the most. So, man, oh here. So he has recent guest appears. So he's gonna be on guest appears. Oh, never mind. He's just saying all the movies he's been in, and all the guest stuff he's been in. But no, it doesn't look like he's doing a lot. Probably because he's filming. He's going to be filming for the new Borderlands movie soon. Yeah, it says there's a big gap between June, and then he's going to start back again in November, November 9th in Sydney. Oh, never mind. It's Australia. Oh my God, Australia. Yeah, so he's going to be on Australia for most of it, and New Zealand for one of them. Auckland, New Zealand, at the KTK Theatre. So if you want to catch Bobby Lee, he's going to be in Australia in November. And then he's in June right now. So June 27th, Arizona. And then June 28th, he's going to be in Montana. It looks like. So yeah, so just make sure to check Bobby Lee out whenever he's doing those. And for my final opinion of Bobby, I really like him. I think he's a solid dude. I don't watch his podcast with, oh my God, what's his, I just had it up. I just closed out of it. I don't remember his name, but I watch some clips with his buddy that he does his podcast with. And I just say, I laugh at it. I think it's funny. And what is it? So his buddy makes fun of him being Asian and all that all the time. And if you're really into, find racial jokes more funny, because they just laugh about it all the time. Bobby's just having a good time with him, and you know, he doesn't mean any of it. But no, he's really funny, and I really enjoy their podcast whenever I see little clips of it online and on TikTok. It's very popular, and you know, if you like watching that stuff, then I encourage you to watch their podcast. I think it's just both their names in the podcast. I'm not totally sure if they have an official name for it, but yeah, that's my final opinion for Bobby. He's a solid guy. I'm so sad to hear that he didn't end up staying with Kahalilaya. Yeah. And yeah, I think he's a solid dude. And he's a very good comedian. All right, and that is the end of the episode. Thank you so much for tuning in and listening to it, if you listened all the way through. I know I butchered some of the stuff, maybe most of it. I'm not totally sure. I don't quite remember, but thank you for listening. You can find me on Instagram at ash.davis on Instagram. That's ASHE.DAVIS. And thank you so much for tuning into the first episode.